The last of the modelling details, and I think this is, you know, it's starting to take shape. I like these clouds, I like that reflection. We're gonna keep tweaking it. These rocks are not that good. Why aren't they good? Well, if I compare my rocks with the rocks in the image, and I'll just zoom in a little bit on them. The thing about my rocks is they don't have the tonal range that these rocks have. So they're not quite as, there's not the dark patches like there is, say, there. And my light patches are not light enough. So my rocks don't look very realistic because I haven't created the tonal range that they really need to have. So that's what I'm going to focus on. I'm not going to be too worried about putting in lots of detail. It's just some of these dark bits here, so I can create in the mind or the eye of the viewer a sense of this being a rock in the last rays of sunlight of the day. Okay, so we know from last week this was super, super red. We have got burnt umber, which we need to darken it because that red is not dark enough. So we'll darken that, and it's also desaturating that quite a bit. Let me just check what I got. So it's not quite, I'm going to go for the, what am I going to do first? I think I'll go with the dark, given that's what I'm mixing at the moment. So I need to go darker. I'm going to throw a bit of black at it. The black has desaturated it, so I need to add a little bit more red. I've made it darker, which is good, but now I'm making it a little bit redder. And my eye is saying to me, this is kind of getting there. Not quite dark enough, but it is darker. So look, I've got a bit of a mix here, and I'm going to use it in some places just to create a little bit of variation in this rock. And also in some of these areas here. You see my brush strokes are following the play of light on these rocks. Okay, so I'm going to go darker now, and I'll just have a few more of those deeper shadows that are there. I'm putting red in here just to keep the saturation up as I darken it with the black. So this is quite dark now. So I've got a little rock. Hopefully you can see your image here. I've got a bit of a rock here. I've got a bit of a darky patch here. Maybe just some little, I'm not painting big amounts of this, just suggestive dark parts. And I'm painting wet on wet, so I am losing some of my darkness as I put it in. Okay. I might just put some marks in like that. Some of these edges, I'll drag a couple of lines in. Starting to take shape, but these are not light enough, are they? That's where I'm sort of falling down now. So I'll go to this and I'll add some titanium oxide. So titanium oxide, if you've driven down south, I know there are people with geological skills, so I'm not putting myself up as this, but just filling a bit of time here. Titanium oxide mined at Capel. So titanium is a mineral sand, and there's a company there at Capel that's mining mineral sands. let's see what we got here. Let's see if we've got this light enough. Not light enough, but not light enough for the highlights, but it is creating some contrast from what I had. So I'm just going to throw some bits of this at it. Okay, and now I go lighter. So I'll clean my brush, get a little bit more white in there. I need liquid just to keep it moving. So let me see if I can, I am going to lose this white because I'm wet on wet, so the paint that's already down there is soaking it up. Look, I'll keep working on this, but for now, it's better. I've improved it somewhat, and I'm going to leave it. I have certainly modelled the shape of those rocks better. And when I do some detail, I'll add some of these finer lines in, but I've sort of got, I'm moving in the right direction. If anything, I could probably, I'm just going to go straight to some white and see if I can't, because it's wet on wet, you know, just see if I can't mix a little bit of white in like that. It's a little bit light, but this is just a little bit of a trick, a bit of a hack with the dry brush. You can spread that white out and get a more natural look. Just, you want the white there, but not quite in the quantities that I put it. Look, that'll do. Okay, so that's our last video for modelling. Next week we go into detail.